Don't think I've seen rollerblades in a long time. Still amazed by what you can find by just getting lost, really. This is the Swamp Rabbit Trail. And it actually used to be an old train track area that was converted into a walking path. Major Rudolf Anderson used to play when he was a kid. He then graduated from Greenville High School and became an Air Force pilot, piloting this very plane. This is a Korean War-esque plane. I'm trying to take it easier today. You know, how you supposed to heal, or anything's supposed to heal if you keep on ripping off the scab type of stuff. Here is that exact plane. It's an RF-86 Saberjet. Here he is himself during the Korean War. Kimpo, Korea, to be exact. The cotton pickers. There he is. 1958, he began the Dragon Lady program to fly U2's plane. Plane that the band U2 was flying in. They could actually reach heights of 70,000 feet, an altitude yet reached by man. It was believed that the aircraft could fly above the reach of Soviet missiles, radar, and fighters. Participated in Project Crow Flight, which collected air samples to measure gases emitted during the production of plutonium. Are they gonna time travel?
What am I thinking of? I almost forgot to bring extra plutonium.
The operation of plutonium is too high. They're obviously making nuclear weapons. These guys look ripe for views. As the Cold War started to ramp up in 1962, maritime shipments from the USSR to Cuba increased significantly. Suspicious, the United States increased its surveillance. One of those surveyors was Mr. Anderson himself, pointing those missiles 90 miles in between Cuba and Miami. The exact time where we put those restrictions on them. Sanctions. They flew reconnaissance missions, finding that there were nuclear missile sites known as the Cuban Missile Crisis. Captain Gerald was fired upon in Baines, Cuba. The next day, not even scheduled to fly, he flew anyway. He was fired upon by a SAM. And even though the Soviet military officials who had not been directed to fire on US planes nevertheless did anyway, Anderson died after shrapnel from the exploded warhead punctured his flight suit. And he was the first casualty. There's some shrapnel of that very plane in Havana. He got many a medal after his death. Purple Heart, Air Force Distinguished, Service Cross. Fearing a Third World War, he stated that strong and retaliatory measures would be taken unless he received immediate notice that the missiles would be withdrawn. And so they were. Even scooters. So started the Cold War. We didn't ever fight, but we did a lot of other things. Passive-aggressively fighting. Doesn't North Korea look like a bunny? I always thought that. Fighting to get to space first. Although the Russians were the first to put a satellite into space, with Sputnik 1, we were the first to have a man on the moon. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. Or so they say. Conspiracy, conspiracy. Just a big Hollywood gag done by the same guy that made The Shining. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. Looks really awesome.
Walk up there to Mommy and Gaga and Uncle Michael.
He's even got his name in the side. Don't forget to put in your entries for the world's worst name. Anybody can enter. I'm calling everyone out.